Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our Global TV Deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
Corruption is a vile disease that sucks and drains the health out of something good. Corruption in society is an evil moral infection that keeps community in the state of perpetual sickness. Corruption is a moral virus. It's so potent, it leaves its host sick, lethargic, and unable to realize and accomplish all that a well person can. Where corruption thrives, poverty and not prosperity thrives. Wealth is grabbed into the greedy, grubby hands of those who get fat on the toil and labor of good people. Corruption benefits, only temporarily, those who participate in it. Everyone else is a victim of the theft, the deceit, the dishonesty, and the lies that corruption feeds on. You need to know that a corrupt person is stealing from you. Corruption is filthy work and despicable acts of treachery done under the table and behind closed doors. Corruption is a disgusting shame. Corruption keeps a nation back from true development and from progress. Wise investors steer clear of a corrupt environment. They would rather put their resources into a place where the playing field of opportunity is equal for all and not bent towards feeding the financial lust of corrupt, lying, cheating, thieving politicians and government officials. How many wonderful development projects have been lost because the investors didn't want to do business in a swamp of evil? When those great projects go to another nation or to some other place, we all lose. Believe me when I tell you that corruption steals from you, it steals from all of us. Corruption plunders the nation's wealth. Corrupt people compromise on truth, equity, and fairness, choosing instead to feed off the short-term benefits of crookedness, exploitation, and financial perversion. Corruption is not just a personal matter, it's a culture. It's a way of life, not just for individual people, but for companies, communities, governments, and nations. Corrupt nations, hiding behind large companies, will seek to invest in other weak nations in order to take over the assets of the nation that they've invested into. They will provide financial loans to a nation for the much-needed infrastructure, and they will do it with assets that they provide. They will sign contracts by lining the pockets of rotten government officials who participate in this kind of corruption and are then held hostage by their own deceit and greed. Corruption is nothing less than a form of theft and national robbery. A corrupt person steals from everyone in society.
Ghetto, run, keep going on, let's process. For children of Israel do really love rights. So just a tie and I as a watchman around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace. What wrong is going on? Hey, oh, we gotta bust down Babylon walls. Prepare and read the way. Prepare and read the way for jumping. Let's go. Fight down, war cry. Fight down, listen Rastafari. War and cry and do of righteousness. And we love Jah, and we love Jah, Jah, and we love Jah, Jah, Rastafari, save all people. And we love Jah, we love Jah, Jah, Rastafari, we love Jah, Jah, Rastafari, save all people. Put time away again. Listen, yeah. Just as I and I say, watch your man, I run Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace, while we penalize day or night. We gonna bust down Babylon gates. Prepare the way, prepare the way for Jah Rastafari. Fight down war and cry, fight down war and cry, Rastafari, war and cry, and build up righteousness. And we love Jah, and we love Jah, and we love Jah, Rastafari, preserve all, and we love Jah, me love Jah, me love Jah, Rastafari, preserve all, me love Jah, Rastafari. Yeah, the next song is going to be the last song for tonight, and then DJ Twink.
Whatever you want to think of that little piece of rock called Jamaica, it is still owned by the colonizers. Yes, those white people who control our politics, our economy. They provide us a job. They pay us a salary. They even provide us drugs and guns. Ask the cross-grace. They even defraud us as well. Good morning and welcome to the Animal Farm, where white people are more equal than black people in our society, Jamaica. Morning, globalists, and welcome to my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls. Good morning. Welcome, one and all. Thank you for joining us. I'm still reeling from the anger of yesterday. I don't know how much of you are angry. I am still reeling from yesterday's anger. How much of you have been made angry by the news, by Parliament, and by just the general effries that goes on in our country? That little piece of rock that we thought that we owned. It was just a thought, isn't it? Audrey, good morning. Debbie Jervis TV, good morning and welcome. Marcia Thomas, Colleen, Lynette Jenkins, Shelita Reed, good morning, good morning. Sheena Kelly, Laverne, good morning and welcome. Charlotte Graham, Evan Miller, Matthew Lewis, Pamela Acola, Sophia Hall, Lauren Taylor, good morning. Delpha Campbell, Jacqueline Murray, good morning, good morning. How is everybody doing? I literally went to bed in winter last night and woke up in spring this morning. But as the British weather is, it never stays one place for too long. So there's not much home to write about, because by your bat your eyelid, rain, snow, hailstorm, breeze, or any one of them can attack you out there. But it really look and feel like spring out there today after what we've had, some blistering weather last week and so on. Morning, everybody. How you do? Welcome to the Crosses Corner. Who if it talk this morning? Because I'm angry, you know. And if my mouth slip this morning, you would understand why my mouth slipped. Because everybody, remember me been telling us say, you have to go sit down on a chair. Remember me been telling us you have to sit down on a chair when the Auditor General report table. We have to sit down on a chair. But Lord Jesus, then say sometimes when you're angry, you feel laugh. We don't know if it start this morning, you know. Globally, so hit the like button for me, please. And this man was going through my analytics. And I've been realizing something because analytics I don't always check on. But there's a concentrated group of people, which I think are the labor rights or the dog them from Partnerjaw. You know, Partnerjaw have certain dogs. Where every show that I did, that I've done, them taking it them duty to come and put a whole heap of dislike on me videos. Let me say this to you all. Thank you for trying hard. One thing you cannot do though is stop a forward moving train. It will more likely run over you. It will possibly crush you. One thing though, you won't successfully do, those of you drunkards who carry out that behavior on my platform, one thing you will never manage to do is to stop a moving train. You'll rather get crushed or run over. All right? Just to let you know. So no can control on no fuck rep on my platform. Okay? All right. Just to get that out of the way. Because one thing so no can hurt me on social media. One thing say on bitter feelings on a poison pill or something where go hold me back. No. Opposition and negativity is my gas oil. Opposition and negativity is the gas oil that propels this engine. So if we don't think to say, we can fight me out of this race, it's not a sprint, my darling. Social justice, journalism is not sprinting. It's an East African race. It's a marathon. You have to have long breath to race this. Because it's the only pano will latch on itself to PNP and latch on itself to labor right. Sometimes I'm out of the waters. This is why me take a center ground. I don't want to shame. Because right now, the whole I was shame about PNP. No, it's not going to show to you, the audience. It showed to me in the analytics, in the YouTube studio. Because when you look on the videos, it doesn't reflect on the videos. But when you look on the analytics, every show, them taking it them point of duty. Anyway, who if that pan first this morning? Who if it start first this morning? Who if it start pan first? Who if start pan first? We want to start on the truck. Should we start on the truck? Should we hop the truck this morning? Globalists. Should we hop onto the truck this morning? Because I always tell them, say, you know, top call up poor people picking a name. Top target poor people picking it. Poor people picking it. Now I'm money to buy thousands of bullets. Poor people picnic don't have money to buy whole heap a gun. Do they? That's why in my opening I say they control our economy. They give us job, they pay us a salary, they provide us drugs and guns. You might just know that they might have a foothold in the prison industry as well, because most prison private. Delroy Chuck come out and a target for we picnic them. While white people picnic in Jamaica are run gun farm, gun factory. So how Delroy Chuck them don't see them something, yeah? How Andrew Oldness, where one we picnic them say, they fi keep out of it. So who sell them bullet? Cross them a sell bullet? This is a question we fi ask in Jamaica. Are the crosscrews selling bullets in our country? Were the crosscrews planning a civil unrest in our country? But no, it not really matter because they're powerful, rich, and wealthy and white. Powerful, rich, wealthy, and white. So nobody, no see the crime. This is why I always tell people, say, me not call ghetto youth criminal. Until we use the word criminality equally, then no go can get me look upon the youths in the ghetto as criminal. When are the white people up on the top of the hill buy the drugs and the gun? Are the white people in our country produce and promote the violence? Are the white people in our country fund the drugs and the weapon racketeering in our country? One thing black youths in a ghetto. One thing black youths in a board house where they can lay down upon them bed and count the stars them at night time. To get money to buy guns and bullets. So why are them alone we see as the criminals and the violence producer in our country? What happened to those who ship in the gun, like the Crosscrews and the Dr. Changs and the whole of them? What about Daryl Vaz and Desmond McKenzie them and Andrew them were shipping the drugs? We picnic them don't have the money. Why pre-morning? We picnic them don't have the money to involve and to produce the high-level crimes that is being produced in our country. It has to be produced by rich white people. At them own with politics. At them own with economy. At them employ we. At them pay we. At them buy drugs and gun give we. Come on now. So why is it a poor black people picking a loan? Everybody a label. Everybody a ton gun pan. Why don't we start turning gun on these rich white people who produce violence in the country? I always tell you, the business community, the rich, influential people in Jamaica are the violence producers. They profit from the violence. They maintain control through the violence. It benefits them. This is why Jamaican mothers make me angry. More so than Jamaica. Because I know that Jamaica father useless from birth. Most of them anyway. However, if you feel look upon the reality, sometimes you can't blame them because 74% of them get jacket. But women, when it comes to mindset Uno may I blame. When it comes to mindset women, uno may I blame, and stay with me, let me explain to you why. Most of them not take up a man because of mental connection. It's because of image, style, look, money, or something. Half the time, after picnic come, the drunk for them, the dog them, run off and left uno with the problem alone. Right or wrong, Jamaica? More time the dog and drunk for them, run off and leave uno with the problem alone. Most of these young men in society take what they know majority of the time from the mothers and women around them, because the truth is most of we, including myself, a mother and women grow with. It's common in Jamaica. We know some men in Jamaica are 2-foot dogs. We know that. If you say you don't know that, then you don't live in a Jamaican, you're not a Jamaican. A lot of these young men who are being shot by police, when we post anything on Facebook and call out the government, most of the people who come out come drag with on. Most of the people who come out, come defend the government and the police are women, which make it drive cold blood through you when a woman can come out and support the government lawlessness of killing your own children. Black women, Jamaica women come here. England, America, Jamaica. Look at the rest of mothers around you and see most of the young boys that's going to cemetery, if they don't have a connection with Jamaican mothers. Tell me if we don't have a problem. Tell me now. Tell me if we don't have a problem. Most of these youths were dead in Jamaica. We're dead in England, yeah. We're dead in America. They have a connection to Jamaica mothers. Most of them, something wrong with Jamaica. We need to stop and think. Let's look at the present day scenario. I'm going to be bashed this morning. Who gives a fuck though? No. I'm going to speak as a gay person here too. Kind of no secret. Look at what these women promote. There's a barrage of toilet-grown homosexuals overarm TikTok. They are the ones who get the social media clout. You have to be an outraged, classless, low-life homosexual to really be promoted by these women. Is what most of these Jamaican women love, promote, and gravitate to. Uno no see it. And me one see it, or uno help see it too. Uno no see there's a mindset problem in our country. Uno no see there's a mindset problem in our country when we can't get the women in our country to promote sensibility. And the worse a Batman can behave on TikTok. And them get promotion. Them get views. I don't want to come and blame the government. You want to come and blame the government? What are you doing to make things better? More sound upon social media, women want to promote destruction in Jamaica. Want to promote violence, want to promote homosexuality, want to promote lawlessness. Just go by TikTok. And the things what one of us turn up and see, talk about and promote Like the killing of our own children. When you come out and find a reason, when you come out and tear them down, oh, they did violent, when you come out and talk about all, you don't know them, you know. But you can come out and you can say, me know, you know. Me know, no. Remember when they did scandal, me pan ya, you did come. A long time me know my thief. A long time me know say he never right about it. Yes, drunk, me know the whole, you know. That same behavior, drunk, is killing off on children. And still no wake up to the bomber blood clot reality yet. Uno still no wake up to uno don't understand why I'm fucking angry. When these same motherfuckers are try to keep down my platform, these same piece of shit, because most of the people will pull me down because of the whole partner job bomber clot is useless women, not men. Most of them are useless women. Because they don't like good. They don't like good. Look at all of the mix-up on social media. Who promote these mix-up? Women. Who are at the heart of the mix-up? When the vlogger they will create the mix-up done with these. Oh, keep your mouth this morning, because if you talk, the whole of the woman them are going to hate you. We'll play our music and calm down there because I'm fucking angry.
Oh, thy peace, God of my salvation, because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari.
When we post this young man, bigger than, you know the amount of women will come to my platform, carry on themselves, them send me up under my mother, and all sorts of what they can manage to do. Not one commented on the Hugh Cross script post. Not one.
Oh, thy peace, God of my salvation, because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Not a people there. Make a man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear now hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside and rub and cheat, and not first and four. Make up what I seen to. Make him a throw and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men.
Jamaican women are not progressing, and it's disheartening. Social media don't benefit Jamaica women, and it's disheartening. Jamaica women and social media have a disgraceful, distasteful image, and it's disheartening. I don't know if many of these women know that they are the leaders of society. They are the teachers of society. They are the influencers of society. A woman prepare with mindset. Most of us women and men out there are women prepare with mindset, because we know that they dog them after them plant the seed. Then go hunt for more land for plant seed. No, so the man them in our country and the one them what we call dog. And not the 2-foot dog them in our country. And so then them plant seed yeah, so and then move off. But plant more seed. And women, majority of the time, is left to pick up the pieces of us children. Bring we through the ranks single-handedly. Most of us in a Jamaica, we don't have our father's impression imprinted on us, man or woman. It is our mother impression that is imprinted on us. Now, do you understand why our young men are the way they are, given the way our women are going in society? You remember when we there grow up, a woman drinking, stumbling around, drunk, and them something there was a taboo and a disgrace. You see, Jamaican women a drink man under the table a dance now. Jamaican woman nationalized, taking brick, broken them front, light them front of fire, all for entertainment. I mean, don't you understand why our children are dying? Why most of these young men that we take to cemetery, they have a connection to Jamaican parentage, whether be in England, in America, and in Jamaica. Our children, them are dying, you know. Our young men are dying. And not just the one them where police are shooting at Jamaica, you know. They might kill themselves, yes, sir. They might kill them one another in America. Me not see the same thing happen amongst African youths in England at the rate where it happen with the Jamaican youths. Me not see the same thing happen with other Caribbean youths as it is with Jamaican youths in a London. Yeah. So anybody know can tell you something wrong with our mindset. Something is wrong with our mindset. When Jamaican women can see their children dying and refuse to speak up about state violence, and all they can find time to do is to promote homosexuality and the disgrace on TikTok, and you think it's the government's fault? You think it's the government's fault why with children them kill off them one another? Their mindset wasn't prepared. One of the big problems out there, their mindset was not prepared. The problem with we Jamaica, we don't Jamaicans, we don't want call out with self. We don't want criticize with self. We don't want take responsibility for what we find with self in a. When you say Wayne Evans, you're a lion, you're not a dog. I hope you stay with the pride and war for the pride and die with the pride, because that's a lion. But if you just plant your seed and run off, then that's a 2-foot dog. We have to evaluate how we think. We have to evaluate and prioritize. We can't be so much about entertainment, Jamaicans. It make we take entertainment to a level where we stop dance pan foot and dance pan head tap and back. And in a tree, pan house tap, pan sound back. Do you understand the mindset? The euphoric mindset that can put yourself at that risk? It's only going to get worse, you know. You think we see what's a riot? You think we see what's a riot? But when me say, we see violence and criminality equal in our country. Everybody can call out black people picking violence. And when white people in our country are fund and promote violence, everybody turn a blind eye to it. Everybody turn a blind eye to it. Nobody no want comment on this because of white people. Wow, you can't drag them down. If this 400 gun, 4,000, this bullet bonanza, if this was in a ghetto where poor people picnic there, you wouldn't hear when they come out pan with social media how them celebrate the police and how they say everybody should have did all this and that. But nobody no comment on it because I'm a black people picnic. I'm a phone no picnic. The slave syndrome, the Willie Lynch syndrome, where black people no still all down on a picnic, and when white people crime and violence, no silence to it. And then no one can blame Andrew Holness. Why don't you blame what is happening in your home? Because if your son was trained properly, Andrew Holness or Harris Chang or Daryl Vaz couldn't buy a gun game. You see the handout and the licky-lickyism? You see the handout. You see the handout and the licky-lickyism and the materialism. We are doomed to failure. All when Melissa show with a leg off for the material and focus on something sensible. Look on the behavior on TikTok. You cannot get a lot of these women to share good content. But you can't scroll through and you not see. Anyway, I know my business. Really not my business. Whoa, we did tell us Sunday I go and chair for sit down pan. Me ain't telling us say when the Auditor General report drop, we go and chair for sit down pan. University Hospital alone, $521 million worth of contract without any procurement document. 500, Dr. Tufton, $521 million worth of money laundering. $521 million worth of money laundering. Because when you see, and remember, Dr. Tufton, Christopher Tufton with the DR title, have been doing this from 2021, with Dr. Tufton with the DR title. Just show out, just call up your friend them and say, you want the money? Just sign up a paper and say this you do it for. Because if Christopher Tufton, and these are the problem that these women focus on in our country. 521 million. And we don't have no accountability for it. So who get the contract them? Who get the money them? How much money pay back to Dr. Tufton? These are the things that we should concern about. Because when we go to hospital, not even food, not the definition. If they give you a pill today, and you know, pay for it by 5 o'clock this evening, up at university hospital, you not get pill tomorrow morning. Remember, it was them same people with the $31 million drill. But because the people in our country focus on the wrong thing, Christopher Tufton is going to continue swindled, embezzled, and laundered our money, and nothing has been done. Them things spark demonstration in other countries. And every time Auditor General report come out, when money just bleed with so, with no accountability. And then when we talk, it's because we're PNP. When we talk, it's because we feel pained over the last general election. Don't you see that we're not getting value for money? We're not getting a service. Our money has been stolen under our nose. Isn't that what we should prioritize, Jamaica people? Isn't that what we should be using our voices and social media for? These women on social media even not release them front just because they want to get popularity. What is this about? Your cousin up there from Sunday, no, she not get a bed. Today what, Wednesday? Today Wednesday. And it's just if your cousin there from Sunday. No, she not get a bed. These are the things that should concern us. If we want better in our country, we got to pay attention to the right things. Cousin Marina, how you do? Welcome. If we want better in our country, we have to pay attention to the right things. The Cross Creek them have a gun farm. Everybody silent. Dr. Tufton Launder, $521 million. Everybody silent. Daryl Vaz take up $100 million. Give friend them after Daryl Vaz swindle $1.4 billion with you. And them silent. And because we are PNP while we talk. And we forgot suck we mother when we talk. Why we like to suffer in silence? Because somehow who are defend this bullshit. When you go to hospital, you don't suffer just like anybody else. Hospital don't know who are labor and who are PNP. We have a priority wrong, Jamaica. And we cannot continue to blame politicians. We cannot continue to blame politicians when we don't want good. People treat you based on how you present yourself. People treat you based on how you present yourself. Make we go over Parliament now. Most of you would have seen it already or be aware of it. But we're going to go back to Daryl Vaz's statement. Because I know there's certain things we like to keep on record for ourselves. We're going to go back to the spurious, lying, evil, wicked, bad mind, thieving minister's statement. And then the calamity ensued from that. Am I impressed with the PNP? I really don't care anymore. Do I have a view on the Delroy's Chuck jury issue? Yes, but I will not deal with it this morning. I'll probably talk about it later on. Make we go over Parliament, you know. Make we go over Parliament. Make we go over Parliament, all right? So we're going to go over Parliament for a while. Steady on, my peeps, because no work anymore, you know. And a damn thing you have to pay attention to. Flight green. Clyde Green, the minister of Furberg, a minister of funeral, dance, set up, rum, boom, and using COVID laptop to solicit front. Don't let me start this morning. We're going over to Parliament.
Member from Portland Western.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
There's two entities in our country we must catch a fire: our parliament and the churches.
Use this opportunity to wish for you and the staff of Parliament and my colleagues a blessed New Year, rather than a Happy New Year in light of Melissa and the continued effects on our people. I take this opportunity at the first sitting of Parliament for 2026 to update the House and the country on the most important aspect of our nation's recovery, and that is electricity restoration. In response to Hurricane Melissa, Jamaica Public Service activated a best-in-class restoration model to...
Globalist, I know hate is a strong word, but don't you just hate Daryl Vaz? This Polish Zionist Jewish bastard. Don't you just hate Daryl Vaz?
Systematically restore electricity nationwide. As a result, 491 of 542,000 customers who lost power have now been restored. Mr. Speaker, this means 92 to 93% of the customers have been restored in record time. As I speak, Mr. Speaker, 51,000 of close to 700,000 customers are without power. 51,000 of 700,000. Jamaica's restoration response has performed well above regional peers and is close, if not best in class, with a level of recovery that is commendable and reflects disciplined execution, collaboration, and professional leadership. I would like to thank and express the country's gratitude to the management.
Landlords right now are selling off their portfolios because of Section 24, the tenant tax, and they just don't know what to do. Yet,
and staff and contractors of the Jamaica Public Service. Special commendation to the CEO, who continues to work tirelessly every day. Madam Speaker, Westmoreland has 34,603 customers. At this point in time, 17,096 are out. 49% remains out. St. Elizabeth, 46,145, 18,373, 40% out, or 60% on, depending on how you want to look at it. Let me just pause.
If you didn't understand why Damian Crawford said Daryl Vaz count with backup stopper, you will understand this morning.
To remind Jamaica and to remind my colleagues that in December, Westmoreland was at 18% restoration. That was the middle of December. We are now at the middle of January, and we are now at 49%. Hanover, 16,733.
No, do it. We have
2,799 are out. 17% remain out. St. James, 62,455. only 8,287 remain out, 13% in the second city. And Trelawney,
Here, Vaz lied in Parliament yesterday. We must take down this record before them change the video, because you know then we do it. Then we crop out Vaz lie and take it off a Hansard. We want to record it over here.
21,019 customers, for which only 2,501, 12% remain out. Manchester, 49,438, 2,001, 4% remain out. And St. Anne, 47,334, 723 customers, 2%. The rest of the island has been fully restored in all other parishes. Mr. Speaker, these figures must be understood in context. Despite one of the most devastating natural disasters in our history, Jamaica did not experience an all-island blackout. Following the hurricane, 23% of customers retained service. This is as a result of investments in the grid, solid preparation for the hurricane, outstanding execution. Hurricane preparedness resulted in the proactive mobilization with additional linesmen and equipment on the ground before the hurricane made landfall. So just to put it in context, the JPS had a team of foreign contractors in the island before the hurricane hit. And subsequently, we brought 2 more sets of linesmen, approximately 300 linesmen with equipment that landed here. The linesmen landed here between the 15th of December and the 23rd of December. And the equipment, one set of equipment arrived here on the 27th of December and one on the 1st of January. So in real terms, the 300 linesmen that arrived there before Christmas couldn't do much because they didn't have their equipment. However, when the equipment came, one company has been on the ground for 3 weeks and the other for 2 weeks. And this is what you are seeing as it relates to the recovery. What is even more interesting is that when I made a statement in this house, there were many on the opposite side that were totally against it, led by the leader of the opposition. And I can say happily that good sense has prevailed. Good sense has prevailed, and everybody is posting what their success is in Westmoreland and St. Elizabeth.
Minister.
Misleading, you take me a little off?
Turn the mic on.
The minister is misleading the House. The position of the opposition on that matter was that he had indicated that the necessary resources to restore the grid was $350 million US. And he came here to say that the government would be advancing essentially 100% of the cat bond proceeds to JPS as a loan, 150 million US, and he had nothing to say about the other 200, which he said was needed. And we were asking, how is it prudent to proceed in that way? He has flown off the handle, got extremely unpleasant about it, and has still not answered that question, incidentally. We were never against providing financing to JPS per se, but it was the absence of a proper coherent plan to fill a gap which he said existed. He said existed. And he has still not indicated what is the actual cost of restoring the grid. He has not said what the actual cost of restoring the grid is, but he's indicated that this 150 million seems to be adequate to do it. I don't know where the original $350 to $400 million US, which was what was being touted back then. What is the story with that, Minister?
Okay, so we closed the doors to the opportunity that Tony and I shared at the AI Advantage Summit.
And the truth is, people went crazy.
Mr. Speaker, I would ask Hansard to be reviewed. When the statement was made that they were not in support of the $150 million until we knew where the rest of the money was coming, and therefore they did not want the $150 million to be dispersed. so the people could get back light. The people want light. Mr. Speaker, let me put on record so I can done the argument once and for all. The $150 billion that was asked for and lent is the only thing that is on the table at this time to this government. We have no discussion or communication, verbal or written, about anything other than the $150 million to bring back light by the end of January. That is the situation as of now. So until something comes to me, there's nothing that I can tell. What I can say without fear of contradiction, that if we had followed them, we would still be waiting on light till the end of this year because of their bad mind. Madam Speaker, let me indicate 2.5 months after the passage of a Category 5 hurricane, important milestones have been achieved despite extreme engineering challenges, access, and constraints. All major hospitals and health centers have been restored, ensuring continuity of essential health care. The Black River Hospital got back light on Christmas Day. There has been 93% overall restoration of all National Water Commission pumps and water treatment facilities, supporting water security across Jamaica. And I say congratulations to my colleague, Minister Samuda, for his hard work and collaboration on this matter. Mr. Speaker, long-term system resilience is being strengthened, including the use of polecrete to improve resistance to pole uprooting, fiberglass components and transmission lines designed to withstand Category 5 conditions, and network redesigns to reduce cascading and domino-style failures. Restorations continue in Hanover, Westmoreland, St. James, Trelawney, and St. Elizabeth, where the work is focused on the most complex last-mile challenges. Mr. Speaker, I want to indicate that as a nation, we must be clear about the reality of the remaining work. In the Western region, what remains is not simply restoration. It is a redesign and rebuild. The final phase requires infrastructure redesign and full rebuilds, compounded by access challenges, including new line routes, land access, installation of thousands of poles, and conductors stringing over long distances. Madam Speaker, Mr. Speaker, I went to Westmoreland on Thursday, and I witnessed 324 poles and 15 miles to get light to the Roaring River NWC station. That in itself is going to bring back approximately 50,000 customers in Westmoreland. Had to be done, despite the fact that when you connect NWC, you are only going to get about 1,000 other customers. You know why, Mr. Speaker? Out of the 51,000 customers that remain, about 21,000 are not ready to receive electricity because of the level of damage in their districts and their communities. So when I say that we're going to get 96% by the end of January, if you really look at it and take out the 21,000 that are not ready for electricity, we would be at almost full restoration in the timeline that the government gave when we loaned the money. We have gotten the performance that we desired, Mr. Speaker, despite the naysayers. So let me just indicate, Mr. Speaker, that
doing it soon done.
We are on track, and we are going to be in a position to reach there even quicker, because if you recall, we had originally said January to end of February.
You don't manifest what you want. You manifest who you're being.
Wait,
and this CIA document.
But based on the work that has been done so far, we will use the month of February to try and get those 21,000 customers back up. And we're going to do it strategically, Mr. Speaker, because we're going to use a JSIF house rewiring. We're going to target those 21,000 customers to help them to get back like quicker. And we're going to use the grants that are going to be announced for rebuilding. We're going to target those grants from the Ministry of Labour and Social Security to those 21,000 customers in those communities, because I suspect that one of the reasons why they are not ready for electricity is because they don't have the resources to put their house in a position such as that. So, Mr. Speaker, in one instance, 40 miles of lines were rebuilt with over 1,000. 5 minutes, Mr. Speaker, 5 minutes.
Mr. Speaker, the member's time for speaking has expired. We ask that it be extended by 5 minutes.
Me know Philip bad, but 5 minutes.
The request is on the floor.
Minutes.
Those in favor, those against, the ayes have it. Minister, you may continue. 5 minutes.
We can't make this light tell and you know tell Panku platform.
40 miles were rebuilt with over 1,000 poles from Ferris to cross the Hodges, Westmoreland to St. Elizabeth, to restore just 2,000 customers. Mr. Speaker, restoration decisions are guided by societal impact, not just customer count. The importance of Roaring River National Water Commission Pump Station reflects the prioritization of critical facilities in the restoration strategy. The restoration of services of this facility requires the building of 340 poles. And as I said before, we will get approximately 50,000 customers. Mr. Speaker, this is the good news when I close. You'll recall that there was a first of its kind emergency mobile power generation solution implemented at Treasure Beach on December 15th, engineered to safely provide electricity under the unprecedented conditions. Fuel logistics, load management, and system protection were carefully planned, and specialized equipment, including transformers, required to achieve the correct voltage. These solutions are not limited to Treasure Beach and are now being supported by heightened engagement with members of Parliament. Darlington will shortly, by next week, benefit from a solution supporting health center, police station, tax office, and the Maud McClough High School and Darlington Town Square, Clifton Boys Home, and surrounding communities to ensure continuity of essential public services and economic activities. The Magotty Hydro plant was utilized to create a Magotty Island, which restored thousands of customers while the rebuild and transmission lines continue. So, Mr. Speaker, by visiting last week, I realized that Darlington is in the interior. So it would take many months to get there. So they are using a special generation to do Darlington while they work from the seaside coming up. So it's a two-pronged approach. Mr. Speaker,
the interesting part soon come up now.
What I can say is, as of today, by January 15th, 93% of customers are expected to have electricity restored. Restoration of the Roaring River pump in Westmoreland by January 15th, and the deployment of emergency mobile generation in Darlington the week of the 18th to the 24th. Continued partnership with local community leaders, members of Parliament, councillors, and leveraging local communication channels to provide updates on estimated restoration timelines will continue. The only thing that I will say, Mr. Speaker, that we are still not at yet, which I hope to be at shortly, is some kind of projection of those 50,000 customers in the communities as to when they can expect to get back light. It will be a projection, but it is required because at this point in time, those 50,000 customers are the last mile. They are anxious. They see everybody else getting light around them and they don't have light. And all they want is some kind of estimation as to when will they get light. So I spoke to the JPS before coming here today, and they have told me that they will provide me with that and continue to update the members of parliament and the councillors and the citizens in the various areas. So I expect to have that by close of business tomorrow. So, Madam Speaker, I will stop at that just to say both Flow and Digicel are almost fully back up based on the fact that every time more customers and more areas get light, that helps them in terms of getting their systems back up. So, Madam Speaker, Mr. Speaker, let me thank the country. Let me thank especially those persons hardest hit for their patience, for their confidence in a good government led by Andrew Michael Otis. Taking hard decisions and standing by them. But more importantly than the decisions is the monitoring to make sure that we get what was promised and committed to us on behalf of the Jamaican people. And I close by saying, commitment made, commitment kept. Help continues to be on the way. May God bless Jamaica, land we love.
Let me explain here before the calamities start. When a minister comes to Parliament and make a statement, that minister is bound to Parliament until another minister stand to make a statement. Then his question and answer session is over. I hope you understand that. Let's proceed.
Member from Kingston East and Port Royal.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and I would like to join with the House Leader
Eugene
who
Brown,
earlier
long time.
welcome back members to this segment of the term for this financial year, and also to extend best wishes to the Deputy Prime Minister, who we haven't seen in a while.
And the man can't dead
hope
and
that
gone.
he will
Who
be
from
fully
your...
restored. He's doing well, very, very, very well. Mr. Speaker, the Minister of Energy has reported, and I believe a bit prematurely, because in his last statement, we were told that the government was going to commit some resources, $150 million US, to enable JPSCO to achieve full restoration of our country by the end of January. So sometimes we hear February creeping, but yeah. But I will give the minister the benefit of the doubt. And listen, we take no pleasure in people experiencing darkness.
What if you can create your own website by saying, this is what I want? With Wix, you can.
We want Jamaica to have a fully restored grid, and 100% of our people having access to electricity. And at no time did we berate the government for trying to assist in the funding. What we had a difficulty with was the arrangement that we were told about. And we still have a problem with it, because what the minister has said today is that those 50,000 customers in Westmoreland and elsewhere are not going to get their electricity.
By the end of January, 30 of the 51,000 will have back light. It is the 21,000 that is not ready to receive light that we have to work with through JSIF, through MLSS, and through whoever else to get them in a position. You're not even in the parish, so shut your mouth. You're in Clarendon and you have all of your light already. Shut your mouth. So, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, the member is misleading the House. 30,000 of the 51,000 will get back light. And the other 21,000 we will work with as quickly as possible.
Minister.
But it is beyond.
Minister.
I'm on a point of order.
He's already on a point of order.
You sit down.
He's already on a point of order. He's already on a point of order.
Madam, sit down. I am on a point of order.
He's on a point of order.
I'm not yielding.
The two hypocrites clash. Angela and Vad.
Order, and I'm
He's
not
already.
yielding.
What is what?
I'm on a point of order.
He's already on a point of order.
Yeah. You happy? You happy? You happy? You happy? Yeah, me say if you're happy. Yeah. Well, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker.
I know anytime I see Daryl, me on my chicken and my chicken egg, them tight.
Members.
No mongoose and chicken egg.
Right. Mr. Speaker.
Let me just address the situation. There's a certain decorum that we are accustomed to in this house. And if we go outside of that, then there are rules and guidelines that we can use to bring it back.
Hey, if Madam Bulko, Juliet, old mess, did in a parliament yesterday, Lord God Almighty, Juliet shouldn't die in England yesterday.
Do
me know she must there yesterday in the cold with a crutch king. So I want to Eri. Oh, Eri, I make them get away, son.
Not allow us to go down that road. The minister rose on a point of order. The minister rose on a point of order. And you allow him to continue. If you continue to go down that road, then we will use the standing order accordingly. Continue, Mr. Minister. Turn the mic on.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I will say it again for clarification. The 51,000 that are out as of now, 21,000 are not ready for electricity. We are going to use the rest of this month to work with the 30,000 customers who do not have light, who can be restored at the shortest possible time. What I am saying, to make it clear, is that we have no control over that 21,000. JPS can only move when the infrastructure is in place.
And when we get to Dayton Campbell's bit, I will explain to you how democracy, so-called, in our country is being stifled under the system where Juliet Olness are run with Parliament. But wait till we will explain to when we get there.
I'm going to use JSIF, I'm going to use Ministry of Labour and Social Security, Ministry of Local, whichever government collaboration we can do to target that 21,000 in those 4 parishes. We will do so, or 5 parishes, Mr. Speaker. I thank you for your understanding, and I hope now that the matter has been cleared of the mischief and the misleading commentary.
Member from Kingston Eastern and Port Royal. Okay.
Mr. Speaker, the minister, while he was speaking, turned on the mic officially.
If you want to make a full-time income from home working part-time, you need to know this one concept.
told us on this side to shut him out. And I heard nothing coming from you as Speaker of the House.
And the bad man was also unparliamentary.
I believe that the uneven application of the rules is totally unacceptable. And this message to the students in the gallery is also one that is unacceptable.
Member from St. Andrews South. Member from St. Andrews Southwestern. You raised on a point of order. You made a statement, but yet you're the same one that when you sit down, you continue to do the same thing. If you're no, you're not. Stop. Because you're doing the same very thing. You're having a side chat. You notice I'm waiting for all of you to have your say because you do not have the floor. And you
globally, so not turn bad, so I can't hit the like button. When I stop at my platform for another day, I learn, another day, I hear, I still a stop at. What's the problem? Within a bad man self. Turn vast pan on a bad man and spurious and evil.
To continue to do the same very thing. Member from Kingston Eastern and Port Royal, you may continue.
Order.
Yeah. And stop throwing a tantrum. We leave tantrum to our children.
But you need to rule, though, no? You can rule.
We leave tantrum to our children. You can't just throw tantrum like that.
Mr. Speaker, on the 25th of November, the minister had announced that for the provision of the $150 million, the government will be ensuring full restoration of electricity by January, February. I have a copy of the statement right here. It says full restoration. It says full restoration. January, February. So the question is, yes, the question is, are we on track to achieve that? Because the information that I have received, and we take no glee in this, is that we are not going to be able to get 100% restoration before April, based on what is necessary to carry out the so-called last mile restoration. So, Minister, I want to go back, therefore, to that discussion we had in Parliament on that day, when we were told that the full amount that it will cost the JPS to restore electricity was $350 million, US dollars. I think the country deserves an explanation. I don't think a minister can come here and give that amount of money and not reflect on that, not come back to say to us it was a bad estimate and that it was in fact 150 million. It requires some explanation. It requires some explanation. And we are insisting on that. We are insisting on that. The minister had also mentioned, the minister had also mentioned that in lieu of that 150 million, the government has set certain terms in the agreement, in the loan agreement. And we have not yet seen a copy of that, and I'm hoping that the Parliament will be able to see a copy of the loan agreement so that we can put it to full scrutiny of the Jamaican people, so we know that we're getting value for our money.
Why Minister of Finance had not submitted that agreement to Parliament's library?
Again, I want to commend the workers of JPSCO. I want to commend the workers, right? I want to commend the people for the patience that they have displayed. Right? I want to commend the representatives of the people who have been working
yes, Lady Bug,
alongside JPSCO to ensure orderly restoration.
Very bad reception.
And I'm really hoping that we'll be able to meet that deadline.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
But I suspect, Minister, we're looking at April. Perhaps you can clarify that. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Member from Westmoreland Eastern.
Right, Cetia, no!
Thank you very much. I didn't make a first one. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Right. Can I take the time here to explain to you how democracy is being stifled under this system, and two, how the PNP are still not being strategic in how they tackle these people in Parliament. Now, you have a minister making a statement. When a minister makes a statement, he claims it to be a statement of facts. The shadow minister, which is Philip Paulwell, after the minister's statement, have the opportunity to respond in a statement. The other MPs cannot respond in a statement, but by asking questions. Dayton Campbell has a lot of information to expose the blatant lies, misinformation, and misleading information Daryl Vaz gave to us in Parliament. Now, how the PNP are not strategic. Dayton Campbell's statement, if they are working properly together, should have been coupled with Philip Paulwell's statement and put together in a statement where you can properly expose Daryl Vaz. But if you notice what you will see in the video, is it came to a point in Dayton Campbell's statement where he stop him and he have to ask it in a question, which becomes very difficult to get your point across, exposing a lie, asking a question. That's not really how it works. It don't work properly that way then. So Philip Paulwell and Dayton Campbell, they're not still working good enough together. Because Philip Paulwell ought to have, in his respond before the question and answer session, drive home all of what you will hear from Dayton Campbell now. So that will set a stage, you see, for a lot of questions to come. Can't bother. Me just cannot bother.
Mr. Speaker, through you to the minister, sir. In the statement on page 5, it says that in one instance, 40 miles of lines were rebuilt with over 1,000 poles from Ferris Cross to Hodges, Westmoreland to St. Elizabeth, to restore approximately 2,000 customers. Is the minister aware that that is a proposal and that has not yet taken place? There is no rebuilding of lines that has taken place from Ferris to Hodges in St. Elizabeth. To go further, Mr. Speaker, there is not one customer of JPS in Eastern Westmoreland that is currently with electricity. Not one. of the 17,000 persons, customers in Westmoreland that are currently without electricity, over 10,000 of them are from Eastern Westmoreland. Approximately 60% of them are from Eastern Westmoreland. They say the substation is paradise to come so you can service Darliston and Betheltown and other areas up in the hill. And then from Magati so you can service White House and other areas down on the flat. They have a proposal to do that restoration. But as of today, there is no customer in Eastern Westmoreland with electricity supplied by the JPS. None. Not one. Not one single solitary one. One dege, none. No. Mr. Speaker, I met with Mr. Hugh Grant. I met with Mr. Hugh Grant, the CEO of JPS, and a group of members from JPS who are currently stationed at Sanders in the White House division in Eastern Westmoreland, and they went through.
At the Gym Group, we've got loads of top quality equipment with the 10 eggs for breakfast group. For just
and gave a full presentation to myself, the member from Western Westmoreland, and the member from Central Westmoreland. Right? Now, the plan is to put a generator in Darliston so that you can serve the school, the police station, the health center, tax office, and I've asked them to go down as well to Clifton Boys Home. That is a plan to do so. We will still not have any electricity up in Betheltown. When we say that there are persons who are not ready to receive light.
All in all, you know. My sister, respect to Lady Clark, you know. Respect to Lady Eli Clark. Dayton Campbell, you know, if Madam Bulko, Juliet, all mess. Did they yesterday? You couldn't get away with this. This, Dayton Campbell. You're glad said Juliet in a coal a crutch yesterday. You wouldn't get away with this.
That is true. And that is also not new. That is certainly not a Christopher Columbus moment. Because we said it from day one here that over 5,000 houses were totally destroyed. As a matter of fact, the member from Western Westmoreland was criticized and accused of crying crocodile tears when he said, why not take the money to rebuild the houses because you can't give light to people who don't have houses. No. The minister said in his statement as well that 21,000 persons are not ready to receive and that JSIF will be working with them. Now, as far as I am aware, not ready to receive means that the structure is not in place. What JSIF wrote to us about are for persons who already have a structure in place and would not apply to that 21,000. It would not apply to the 21,000 who don't have any structure. It would apply to the persons who need wiring of a structure. That is totally different. It is easy. Easy, Mr. Speaker. It is easy. It is easy for members in here who have constituencies.
Member,
it is easy for members who have electricity to...
Right, this is where it's going to become difficult for Dayton now because ERA is going to stop him. But all in all, respect to ERA yesterday. Trust me, if Madam Bulko was there, Dayton Campbell would have not gotten the chance to expose Daryl Vaz yesterday. So I have to say big respect to Eli Clark. Because Juliet Oldness or Juliet Old Mess would have turned your mic off long time, Dayton Campbell. From the first sentence, you would have been reminded to ask question. You cannot make a statement. And Eli Clark, respect to him, gave Dayton Campbell a good leeway yesterday, a very good leeway to expose the lies, the blatant lies, patting on the back and promoting him and Andrew Oldness self from Daryl Vaz. Thank you very much, Eli, because it would have been difficult yesterday to expose Daryl Vaz in questions rather than in a statement which you give Dr. Campbell the chance. Thank you for that.
I do understand your emotions.
Quaker, deliciously real, deliciously ugly, sponsor of Team GB.
What if I told you you can go to university without any
walk away
GCSEs or
and
A
talk
level?
to
The government
Eli
is
Clark
now
as
funding
somebody
degree.
compared to Juliet.
I do understand. But I do allow me to speak because I am speaking now. I understand your emotion as it relates to representing the people. But the spokesperson made his presentation. I am now asking you just to concentrate and focus on the questions and not to make a presentation. All right?
The presentation should have really been given to Philip Paulwell, so Philip Paulwell can make the presentation uninterrupted. PNP still not get it together. Still not have it together, PNP.
Mr. Speaker.
Eli, all in all.
Mr. Speaker.
Continue with the questions.
Yes, Mr. Speaker. I have the privilege of representing the people of Eastern Westmoreland. And I think when they elected a representative, they elected one from among them to go out and make representation on their behalf.
Which you cannot always do in a question. It has to be done by statements as well.
For members who are not affected to laugh and say anything they feel like. It is much different when you have an entire constituency of over 30,000 persons who currently do not have electricity. It is totally different. It's affecting their households, it's affecting their businesses, it's affecting their livelihood, and
mental health.
The idea.
Do you understand also how Eli Clark exposed Juliet's wholeness handling of our parliament yesterday as well? This is also an exposure of Juliet wholeness behavior, you know.
That we put a generator in Darliston is one that is welcome. Can we also put a generator in Betheltown so that the residents within Betheltown can also benefit from electricity? Because it is not true that all of them are not ready to receive electricity. There are persons there who are ready to receive electricity. But the plan, Mr. Speaker, is how long, the question is, how long will it take us to restore the electricity from the substation in Magati so that the people from White House going all the way down to Cave can receive electricity? And how long will it take us to continue the extension from Paradise so that we can go through the areas in central Westmoreland and get into eastern Westmoreland, because we're currently not even at the border of eastern Westmoreland. It is unacceptable, Mr. Speaker, that one constituency in Jamaica has 0 persons who currently have electricity. Unacceptable.
Listen to Daryl's answer now.
Indicate very clearly that the information that I've shared today is coming to me directly from the management of the Jamaica.
So what Daryl is going to switch to now is switching the blame to the JPS.
Public service. I will be addressing postcap tomorrow morning, and I undertake to give a response, informed response, to the questions that have been raised here.
So he's going to give an informed response to tomorrow morning. So is the minister saying to us that the response, the information he gave in the statement was an uninformed one, or a misleading one, a lying one, Daryl Vaz?
Today. And let me just make a clarification, very important clarification. Westmoreland has 34,603 customers. 17,096 are out, or 49%. The government of Jamaica does a lot of good things, but what we could not do is direct where Melissa made landfall. And therefore, a lot of what is being said here is not because of any other reason of the geographic location of the landing and the damage that was done. So when a member says that it's unreasonable for one constituency to be out of light, the fact of the matter is that our plan will bring back light much quicker than any other plan which was going to take us to the end of the year. Let us not forget that for a moment. Secondly, let me indicate very clearly that those houses and communities that are ready to receive light, we will continue to restore between the 13th.
If you are lacking AI confidence, AI certainty, AI clarity, and you
of January today, straight back to the 30th of January, at which point we'll have a better idea as to the projection of those that are not ready for light. So again, I want to clarify, because the member makes it seem as if that the work has stopped today. Restoration continues. Restoration continues and will continue. What I cannot say is, when will the 21,000 customers who are not ready for light? I cannot answer that question today. But as the time goes by between now and the 30th of January, we will be able to get a clearer vision on that. So I fully understand the sentiment of a member of parliament in a crisis like this, because I myself is a 5-time straight serving MP, so I know it. Been there, done that. So all I'm saying, let us be reasonable, let us be rational, because whatever you say, the performance of the restoration of electricity in this country after Hurricane Melissa is nothing short of miraculous. And we will continue to create the miracles as we go along. And the good thing is that there's a command center in White House, real time, where the members of parliament and the councils and the mayor and the stakeholders have full access. That never happened by chance.
So will Labour writers say, them have a Jesus Christ complex, them a create miracle too? Okay.
That happened by a direction from me as a member of parliament, knowing the trials and tribulations, so that you have access at the top to be able to get updates to give your constituents. So let us not go apart from that. We will continue, Mr. Speaker, and everything that has been raised today, will be responded to tomorrow morning at Postcard. And if there's anything that comes up after that, feel free to send me any message. And if the information that I've gotten is not correct and I find that out tomorrow, I'll be the first one to withdraw and apologize for the bad information that I was given to send on to the country. That's how I operate every day, all day.
Member from Westmoreland Eastern.
Mr. Speaker, just so that the records show what was actually said. At no time, clarification to something. At no time did I accuse the JPS of stopping the work, which was said just now. At no time.
Morning.
To the contrary, Mr. Speaker, I said that I met with the CEO and his team, and I said that they have a command center from which they gave me an update.
Billy Daryl Vance can read, it would make a difference.
The minister also made reference to the trajectory of the storm and where it landed. I'm happy that we are now concluding that it did make landfall in eastern Westmoreland, because that is something that we have denied for quite a while. Yes. And Mr. Speaker, it doesn't matter about the geographical location. A generator can be placed in Bethel Town. It can be done, sir. Right? It can be done. And 150 million US can buy a generator for the people in Bethel Town.
Mr. Speaker, I figure because it is the start of the year, you have been rather lenient.
No, this little bitch is going to irritate me now, but I'm going to try to smile my way through this. Smile!
I speak from a constituency. That was also tremendously damaged. With that said, the order of the House.
Slide, some of the money where your teeth found will go fix your sinus. Slide Green, some of the money where your teeth found with, go fix your sinus. Enough bush in a St. Elizabeth, Slide Green, where you can go boil, drink, and clear your sinus.
Has to be maintained. The member is quite capable and has shown that he is quite capable of asking questions. Anytime he does not do that, he elects not to do that, it is to push other agendas that should not be allowed. And I am saying that
Hey, big titty Fiona. Big titty Fifi. Can anybody not know you don't know some people are playing with your titty, because we know the size where you come with your titty and we see the size where your titty be now. Big titty girl.
I am not imputing motive. If you just allow me, the agenda is clearly to make a statement. And I'm saying,
yes, because they have to expose the lie.
The member is quite capable of asking these things as questions. And I'm saying to say to the members, all
right, Miss Bitch, Eri Clark is the speaker who have that discretionary power of leeway. You as the host leader, little girl, shut up and go on. Little girl, shut up and go on, because you are our whole lick down constituency. And you not get up and speak one word. But you come talk about data and Campbell have an agenda. Him have an agenda to expose the lies. The agenda is to speak the truth. Junkro, you would take COVID money by front at St. Elizabeth. You would take Moroccan fertilizer by vote. Hey, look boy, move. Junkro, move.
Members, I'm saying to say to the members to ask the questions simply so that we can continue. I'll respond off mic. He's been trying a long time, but it now work. Now go work, remember.
Are you a course creator, coach, or consultant? Do not make a course or ebook before you see this. Find out if your idea will sell before.
We will now have a statement from the Minister of Water and
You know, I hear ask the math. PNP, Dan Jackson Miller told you all. And it looked like you never listened to the show what Dan Jackson Miller did. You all are not still being strategic. If it wasn't because of the grace of Eli Clark, and Eli Clark from the Western Belt would have understood what Dayton Campbell is experiencing. Because into say fly green, you experience the same thing too, you know. You just don't care. You are experiencing the same thing or similar to what Dayton Campbell is experiencing. Paratil's coastline flatten. And the people them not peak because the people them are protect you all on in it together. So of course Dayton Campbell has an agenda. The agenda was the right one, to expose the lies of the thief, rapist, and murderous minister, Daryl Vaz, who is swindling 100 million of COVID money. Panar Sinting rather them. See, the man Daryl Vaz, this was on Blue Lagoon. This was their New Year's dinner on the Blue Lagoon where black people can't go. This is the white JLP clan. We get up in our country every day and tell we say Mark Golden white. But anytime we see them white people, I'm going to take up tin of black paint and dash on them. Because if Mark Golden white, them can't stand with a kin, then I call Mark Golden white. This is the Blue Lagoon where they take away from and then sit down on Blue Lagoon have their New Year's dinner. And one of the black fishermen them can't go there. One of the black people them can't go there. That's the Jamaica we inherited. The Jamaica which is still run by the colonial slave master. The colonial slave master with the JLP slave them come out and come protect the slave master every day and have the fucking nerve to call Mark Gold. Hey, you see no idiot? You see no idiot? We feel all in one dip on in the water and pick off on a feather like chicken. The Jamaica Labour Party is the slave master's party. Dedicated. That's why you see Andrew Tek will sign over to Donald Trump. Bill Clinton, why you don't want to testify? Bill Clinton, rapist, pedophile Bill Clinton, can hit Adam Stewart block me from Facebook. Adam Stewart and Babsy and Andrew, you don't want to know about Bill Clinton pedophilia with Jeffrey Epstein before you don't care Bill Clinton can get involved in a Jamaica rebuilding. Or you and Bill Clinton have a human trafficking arrangement, because remember, Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton, the sexual predators, remember the amount of picnic and traffic out of Haiti in 2000. We do not forget, we will not. Hillary and Bill, the sex traffickers, the child traffickers, the human traffickers. We will never forget the amount of picnic we want to traffic out of Haiti, the amount of money we want to collect from the Haiti disaster. Now, you're gone. Fire about it. I wonder if I summer it when I come to Jamaica, come spend me. I go on about my business this morning before I come fire bullet through my window. You know? If I go to turn out here this morning, if I go to stay out here this morning, you'd all find here and fire a bullet through the window. Because I kind of feel foolish the way Jamaica people want us to treat Jamaica politicians with respect. I don't know, say that drive me up the wall. It drives me up the wall when they go on like say Jamaica politicians or anybody that deserves respect. Which one of them are you talking about? Which one of them? Aren't they all corrupt thieves, liars? Look how honest they look, They might lie to you. They're misinforming you and they're misleading you. Because if they were ever to tell you the truth, you wouldn't have supported them. Marcus Garvey tells you, unite or perish. If you cannot see, you are being surrounded. If you cannot see that your back is up against the wall, be sure you will perish. Thank you very much for being here with us this morning on Global TV. Lovely to have your support, as always. Join us right back here this evening for the People's Point of View. Thank you, good morning, and good afternoon from Global TV.
Too long in our little ghetto, run keep going on less process. For children of Israel do really love rights. So just as I and I as a watching man, I run Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace. What wrong is going on? Day or night, we gonna bust down Babylon walls. Prepare the way, prepare the way for your people. Let's go. Fight down, war and crime. Fight down, me say Rastafari. War and crime, and do the righteousness. And we love, and we love Jaja. And we love Jaja. Rastafari, and we love Jaja. We love Jaja. We love Jaja. Rastafari, preserve all people. Put time away again. Listen, yeah. Just as I and I as a watching man, I run Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace while we penalize day or night. We gonna bust down Babylon gates. Prepare the way, prepare the way for Rastafari. Fight down, war and crime. Fight down, war and crime. Rastafari, war and crime, and build up righteousness. And we love Jah, and we love Jah, and we love Jah, Rastafari, preserve all. And we love Jah, me love Jaja. Me love Jaja. Rastafari, preserve all. Me love Jaja. Rastafari. Yeah, the next song is going to be the last song for tonight. And then.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.